مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. So look at a few more of these blessed traits that are taken from these blessed Quranic verses in Surah Ali Imran. We have a verse based upon verse number 52. هم الذين قالوا. There are those who say, نحن أنصار الله. We are the helpers of Allah. آمنا بالله. We believe in Allah. واشهد بأننا مسلمون. And bear witness that we are Muslims. Based upon verse 53. هم الذين قالوا. There are those who say, ربنا آمنا بما أنزلت. That, O Allah, we believe in what you have revealed. واتبعنا الرسول. And we follow the messenger. فاكتبنا مع الشاهدين. So write us from the witnesses. Verse, based upon verse 57. هم الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات. They are those who believe and do righteous deeds. And in verse 71. هم الذين لا يلبسون الحق بالباطل. They are those who don't mix the truth with falsehood. ولا يكتمون الحق وهم يعلمون. And they don't hide the truth knowingly. هم الذين أوفوا بأهودهم واتقوا. They are those who honor their trusts and have taqwa. هم الذين ينفقون مما يحبون. They are those who give out from things that are beloved to them. They give them out. هم الذين لم يكفروا بآيات الله. They are those who do not disbelieve in the revelations of Allah. هم الذين لم يصدوا عن سبيل الله. They are those who don't turn the believers away from the way of Allah. SubhanAllah. As-sadd an sabilillah. To turn people away from Allah. Think about how many people in the world out there that the things that they do and how they are barring people from the path to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. SubhanAllah. And some people in a very demonic, intentional way to other people. They're cogs in the wheel of that demonic system. وَلَمْ يَكْفُرُوا بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ. And they don't disbelieve in the revelations of Allah. MashaAllah. There's 159 pages of these traits. I guess minus the introduction. So roughly 150 pages of traits of the people of Allah. Inshallah, from the blessing of Ramadan, may Allah Ta'ala bless us with a portion of all of them solely from His bounty and generosity. Ya Arhamar Rahimeen.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. From the book A Decade with the Quran, التبيان في عذاب حملة القرآن by Imam Abu Zakaria Yahya النووي نفعنا الله به وبعلومه في الدارين آمين إلى أن قال. Chapter 4, page 24. When to study. The student should make his recitation with the Shaykh early, at the beginning of the day, because of the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. O Allah, bless my nation in its earliness. The student should be mindful to recite what he has memorized. He should not give someone else's turn, since it is offensive to give preference to someone else when it comes to deeds that draw one close to Allah, although it is recommended to give such preference when it comes to personal interests. If the Shaykh sees advantage in preferring certain times over others because of a legal reason, and he alludes to it, his order should be followed.
No?
Treating envy and pride.
Okay. So it's a subsection on when to study. And he says there, وينبغي أن يبكر بقراءة على الشيخ أول النهار. And of course, this is if someone, sometimes the doors open to study with people, kind of when you want to go study with them. If that's the case, you want to go as early as possible. In general, is that waking up early. So we say in English, the early bird gets the worm. There's blessing according to the hadith of our Prophet ﷺ. Allahumma barik li ummati fi bukuriha. That, oh Allah, bless my ummah in its earliness, in the beginning of the day, and in its earliness. So there's blessing in this, and you and I all know this. If you and I get a good night rest, we put everything in place, and we stay up after Fajr, think about how productive we are, as opposed to if we sleep after Fajr. I know what happens to our day oftentimes. If we get up and get right to doing things, and we use that morning period, that 2 or 3 hours early in the morning, we can get so much done. And according to the hadith of our Prophet ﷺ, and his prayers are answered, that there's blessing in that. And he says, وَيَنْبَغِي أَنْ يُحَافِظَ عَلَى قِرَاءَةِ مَحْفُوظِهِ. So the student should be mindful to recite what he has memorized. حَيَاةَ الطَّالِبِ الْمُذَاكِرِ. The life of a student is just reviewing their knowledge. And so it's fairly easy after you develop a routine of memorization to memorize. The hard part is to actually keep it. And that requires review. And the nafs always wants to do something new. So ask anyone who's memorizing Quran, is it easier